The second component of Module 2 is going to be focusing on the barriers that students actually have to meeting the measurable standards that we have outlined for each of our work-based learning awards. So in order to do this, the first thing we're going to do is dive into Activity 2.2 Achievement Roadmap. Now, the purpose of this activity is essentially to create a timeline that a typical student in agricultural education, assuming a 4-year experience and then post-secondary, that all of these work-based learning awards would be achieved by that typical student. And then once we have these mapped out and we understand the measurable standards, as you kind of learned in Activity 2.1, we want to have an honest discussion about what the barriers are to students achieving those particular standards, and are there methods, strategies, resources that we can use to help students overcome those particular barriers. Some things I'd like you to consider. Work-based learning barriers are different in each community and very customized to the student. Some things to think about. Is travel something that a student is going to need in order to meet certain work-based learning goals? Do they need capital or startup funds? Do they need time to dedicate to a particular project in order to meet certain measurable standards for different awards? Do they need ideas? Do they need a partner? Do they need some type of structure or guidebook? Whatever the barriers are at each one of the levels, that's the point of this activity, is to make a roadmap of those particular achievements, and then as a group, have a small group discussion on, well, what are the strategies to help students meet each one of those roadmap hallmark points along the way in achieving things relating to work-based learning. Have fun in Activity 2.2. After this, I'll see you in Module 3, where we're going to start talking about work-based learning in the classroom.